Welcome to the Candid Athletic Training Podcast.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Kevin,
I'm here.
welcome back.
I'm still here. Hopefully I don't
Survival.
Hopefully I don't have to run off
Whoa.
again. We're good. Oh, Kento in the house. Always good to see our good friend Kento.
Hi, Kento.
Hey, so you know what?
We're
It's officially fat bracket season. We're going to talk about some first round winners. Losers.
Winners. We're in the second round.
Ooh, we are in second round action, which is always the most interesting round. The round of 32, when you're pissed off that one of your final four didn't make it. You're ecstatic because your 12 over a 5 seed did make it.
I think there was two 12 seeds that won this year.
It does look like it.
Two, right? The two on the left?
Something like that, yeah. Good old Groot. But all right, so I'm Kevin. This is Chad.
Oh, hold on.
Give me a graphic, kid. And you are listening to the greatest athletic training podcast out there. We're going to talk all things spoons and forks. We're going to talk some fat bracket, fictional athletic trainer. If you're new to the podcast, go over to candidathletictraining.com and go get yourself a membership so that you can take full-on access to a lot of special goodies that we'll give you too. Let's get some stuff out of the way.
Yeah,
the main sponsor of the Candid Athletic Training Podcast is Healthy Roster. We had the good folks from Healthy Roster on last week. I unfortunately did have to exit that conversation quickly, but I'm pretty sure it ended well. How did it go? How did it end?
Great. They're great.
Yeah.
Dan was on. Maggie was on.
Yeah.
Appreciate them coming on all the time, and they have a unique perspective on athletic training. Well, Maggie is an athletic trainer. Dan's been around it, and
they respect the profession fully. And so if you are an athletic trainer and you're sick of using an inferior EMR, go over to healthyroster.com, set up a meeting, talk to Dan and the folks over there, talk to Maggie, because you're going to be happy with what you get.
After the show last week, I texted Dan, said, hey, thanks for coming on. And he said they've got, and I don't know if I can give it away. I have to keep this in for right now.
Hold it close to your chest.
But they have something really big coming. Like really, really cool coming.
Nice.
Hopefully
Q4. Okay.
I cannot say more than that. But
that's a long time away, but
working,
it's also not.
They are working really hard at some really cool stuff. So, again, they're the best.
They are.
SmartToolsPlus.com, 10% off using the code CANDID10.
Boom.
Anything off, any of their products, 10% off using the code CANDID10. BFR or instrument-assisted soft tissue mobilization, which we will use as a member suggestion tonight as our FMK. I had one teed up, and we're going to hold that one for a week. That will be fun. But when a new member, because we had this person just joined today and said, hey, I want to do a topic. Absolutely. That's one of the perks of being a member. You get priority treatment.
True that.
So we'll do an FMK because a member wants to do it. Athletic Trainer Insurance Plus. In the mail yesterday, I got some, I would call it garbage mail.
Yeah.
But it was from our professional organization and their affiliation with a different liability insurance. And I just kept looking at the number. I'm going, I don't want to spend that much.
Heck no. So
spend less on your professional and personal liability insurance. Becoming a member of the Candid Athletic Training Podcast, and you can get $179 full-time employed insurance. Some pretty cool rates. So, also athletic dry needling. You can get $100 off a course if you want to get dry needling certified. If you are a member of our show, and Scott Dixon, who does who runs Athletic Dry Needling, is going to do a CEU for us. Again, Chinook Seedery, 15% off, exclusive discount if you are a member of our show. In fact, we're going to give away some seeds tonight. We were planning on doing it last week, so let's do that right now before we forget.
Let's actually ask Kento. Kento, give
Kento.
me
Yeah, Kento's first time back. Kento
Kento, I need a number between 1 and 13. 1 and 13. Well, from 1 to 13. You can pick also 1 and 13, but choose wisely.
So we'll wait for
We'll give
that.
him a second.
Yeah. And then
He's on at 3.
number 3.
You'll never believe who won some Chinook cedar seeds.
I don't know.
Edward
Ed's home on paternity leave, so he'll have plenty of time for some seeds.
Grab yourself a cup, young man, because you're going to be spitting some seeds.
I might just call him right now. I might just. Should I do that?
Send him a little message. Give him a little update. You just won a whole frickin' case of seeds.
Why don't I text him while you talk about this?
You got it. Performance Running Outfitters. Performance Running Outfitters is a close friend of the podcast. Chad actually went to school with the owner, and I work closely with him because he's my neighbor right here in the building that my business is in. But Performance Running Outfitters is offering all of our members, and you must be a member, they will get 25% off. 25%?
25% off if you're a member.
Yeah, a member.
You have to be a member to get 25% off.
There are some things that are excluded, but the vast majority of everything on their website, Performance Running Outfitters, you can get 25% off. So just think about buying yourself a membership to the Candid Athletic Training Podcast for $25. Go buy yourself $200 pair of shoes because everything keeps getting more expensive. You just made some money. If you want to buy a $100 pair of shoes, you want to buy $100 worth of product, you're going to save $25. Your membership just got free because you can go over to Performance Running Outfitters as a member of the Candid Athletic Training Podcast and get 25% off. So thank you, Trey, and all the folks over at Performance Running. They're great.
10, did you give them the 10% off for everyone?
10% and then 10% off for everybody.
Yeah, just for listening.
Everybody that listens to the podcast, that includes your athletes, that includes your mom, that includes your grandma, that includes your Uncle Stan. I actually do have a in-law, Uncle Stan. I don't know why that came to mind. But the promo code is for the 10.
Candid 10.
Candid 10. That was the easy one. The other one's a little more difficult because only our members get that.
Packers are calling me.
Packers are calling you. Green Bay, Wisconsin. Love you guys.
Green Bay, Wisconsin.
What is this?
Ed said.
Ed's got a Green Bay, Wisconsin.
No. I just had a random phone call right at the same time.
Gotcha.
So we texted Ed saying he just pulled. We pulled his name for a free box of Chinook seeds. He said yes! Exclamation point! All caps. I love you guys. And I said,
I love you guys.
We love you too, Ed. We love all of our. We love all of our listeners.
Guys.
So thank you, everyone. If you're a member or not member, we appreciate you.
We do.
That's why we do this, is to get random stories and fun things from the ATs across the country.
We've been doing this for 5 years.
So I got Ed's address so we can send him a free box of seeds, and you can get one next month if you
Do you want to give everybody else's Ed's address?
Yeah.
And then everybody else can send.
Jalapeno scares me. I don't know why.
Why? It's not even hot.
I know, but
I think the hashed chili is just a little bit hotter.
Kevin, are you doing anything for fun right now?
Oh, God, no.
You have no time for that.
I got no time. I got 2 under 2. I got one business that has 2 sides of it. I got a podcast. And somewhere in there, I find sleep, and not a lot of it. Brandon, it has been 5.
What's been 5?
We started this podcast in February of 2019.
I think we launched March 1st.
We did. We started recording in February.
March.
We sent out, or we uploaded 4 episodes right away on March 1st, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, we've been doing this for 5 years.
Can you remember our first 4 fats?
God, no. I think the very first one was...
I think I could do it.
Very, very first one was Iron Man?
Nope. Nope. It's what started it all.
Sherlock?
Nope. I think that might have been...
Spider-Man?
Nope.
Very first fat. Nope.
The very first fat was Flash versus Superman.
Oh, Flash versus Superman, yeah.
Number 2 was Yoda versus Harry Potter.
Yeah.
We talked about the stick because I hadn't seen it.
That was number 2?
That was number 2.
Dang.
And then I think we did number 3.
Come on, Iron Man had to be pretty close in the beginning there.
Do you
Wasn't
think
it
we went
Iron Man, Spider-Man?
DC? Because maybe it was. We did a DC, then we did a Marvel, and then we did Friends in the first 4 as well.
Friends.
Because that was like one that everybody would know.
Except you.
I watched it.
Oh.
I watched some of Friends, yeah.
It's amazing how many things you've watched that I haven't watched.
Do you know what I'm watching right now? I'm actually working my way through the Marvel, like the whole Defenders TV shows.
Wow.
Have you seen them all?
No.
It's really pretty good.
Chad,
I like
I
it.
haven't.
I know. Like Daredevil,
It's like 2
Iron
years.
Fist, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage,
Oh,
stuff.
I watched Daredevil.
Yeah.
I watched Iron Fist. But those were like, I watched those like 5 years ago.
That's what she said, Brandon.
Huh.
I can't do it.
Now, what? Okay, Marvel Defenders. You
the Marvel is
Daredevil.
the team up one. Yeah, I kind of, so I watched all the Daredevil ones just because I was super excited. And then I went back, I watched Jessica Jones, Luke Cage. I just finished Iron Fist and now Defenders, which was like the team up one. And now I got to go, the next one chronologically is The Punisher.
Oh, yeah, I watched.
And then it's like season 2 and 3 of some of the other ones. I've already seen the season 3 of Daredevil, which was later.
Yeah.
I didn't want to miss that. So I really am enjoying it. There's so many characters we could do. So there's some more superhero stuff we could do coming after this Fat Bracket.
Iron Fist was so disappointing.
Really? I kind of like, that's what everyone said. It was awful. And I watched it as like, I was fine with it.
Nothing happened. Nothing happened. It was like 12 episodes of just nothing happening.
It was, I guess maybe I was expecting the worst. Maybe season 2 is way worse than season 1.
You made it season 2?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
So I didn't mind season 1.
It's hard to spit seeds into a can.
Yeah, I know. I kind of liked it more than I liked Luke Cage.
Mm-hmm.
Luke Cage was okay.
I started watching Luke Cage. I watched like the first maybe 1 or 2 episodes, and I just kind of like lost it. I was like, it's just not holding me.
The only thing about the Iron Fist, I didn't like, the action was fine. The thing I didn't like is Danny Rand's kind of like, I think some of the dialogue was a little weak.
Sure.
A little cheesy, a little slow in delivery.
Okay.
Just like where Daredevil like was really sharp and quick and everything was, it just seemed like there's long pauses in between everybody, like in between everybody's speaking parts, like, so whatever.
We appreciate you, Kento.
Whoa.
Kento sent
What
us
did
a
he
good
say?
message. Said he was in his second year. Well, Brandon was referencing when he started listening in 2020, but hadn't realized how long it's been. But Kento started listening when he was a student in his MSAT program, and we were the great motivation and decompression from the BLC prep. And so he thanked us.
Well, thank you.
We thank you, Kento.
That's really fun to hear.
And hopefully we get to hang out more in person, Kento.
Yeah, maybe soon. All right, so we gave away some seeds. We thanked all of our sponsors. We had a little sidebar on some superhero stuff. Should we do some shenanigans?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. He's picking through all the vast varieties of Chinook seeds here.
I was trying to see.
There's just so many seeds to choose from, so many good flavors. And I saw on their social media that they're experimenting with a new flavor. They had like a mystery bag. Like it was a clear bag with seeds, and they're not giving away what the flavor was.
Yeah, like
I think if they really want some feedback, they should send it to us.
Honest, true feedback.
Yeah, we'll tell you.
I'll let you know. What's first, Chab?
I don't know. What do you want to do? Let's save the fat bracket for a little bit.
Okay. FMK.
F, Marry, Kill. This is courtesy of our newest member, Thomas Silberger. he sent us a message today saying, hey, can you do FMK the following as IASTM tools? He wanted to do fork, knife, spoon as soft tissue mobilization.
Fork, knife, and a spoon.
And we've all said,
spoon.
We've all had it in the end. In your athletic training room, you whip open this kit, and it looks like you're a hitman, hit woman, a hit person. You know, like in the movies or the TV shows when you're like they're getting like the hitman.
Yeah, they're getting their supplies ready.
Yeah, they like they undo the case and all the
Velcros.
guns and the attachments. That's what it feels like when you're an athletic trainer opening up your case of massage tools, right?
Oh yeah.
So inevitably, you open them up and you're feeling
Hitman Jack.
badass, and one of your athletes says, "Oh, is that the butter knife?"
Ooh.
We've all had that, right?
Yeah.
Or am I wrong?
Absolutely.
If you're on the live stream, let me know if you've never had an athlete say, "Is that the knife?" Maybe I'll put a social media post up. Yeah. So now we're gonna say, do you want to actually use a knife?
Knife, fork,
kill.
or spoon?
Yeah.
Does it have to be a butter knife?
No. Well, we can make this in anything you want. He just said knife, fork, spoon. F1, marry one, kill one.
Well, all three of them. Let's see here. The classic substitute for a good bought instrument is a butter knife. The backside of a butter knife provides the length, the dull edge, and even the handle might.
Do you think a fresh butter knife would be too sharp? It's got
a fresh one.
Yeah, like never been used. After a while, it gets dull. Yeah, the serrated side.
The serrated side. I'm not going to use the serrated side ever, Chad. I'm always going to use the backside.
She said that.
Yeah,
she said that.
Now, can we get a spork in this mix? We absolutely can. God, I have to F with the spoon. I feel like I could scoop into some edges of some areas with the spoon, and might get pinpoint on some crevices and hit some angles of some spots that might get some relief for all of the tension that has been built in a certain area that can be released from
back building,
spooning it out. So I think I'm going to F with the spoon.
Do you think you'd use the side of the spoon or the top tip?
See, like that's what I'm thinking. I could do both, and so there could even be a J stroke in there, right? A little J stroke.
I think that would be a good use of set equipment.
Could be stimulating. So I might F with that. I'm going to marry the standard, the steady, the consistent, the every once in a while I use the wrong side and it bites me in the
inevitable
butter knife or knife. There's endless options that happen with marriage, and I think that knife, particularly a butter knife, will give you endless possibilities, including cutting your athlete with a butter knife.
Slice and dice.
And I gotta kill the fork. I mean, forking somebody doesn't quite sound as good as spooning somebody. And I think the possibility of catching one of those, what are they called? I'm like stalling. Tings or like tinge, or what's the fork? The end, like the individual point of a fork is called like a ting, or
I did not know that,
or something. I'm gonna look it up pretty soon.
Yeah, while I'm talking, you can look it up.
The fork seems kind of dangerous.
Seems aggressive.
Feels more pokey.
Tines.
There we go. Thank you, Kyle. Tines.
I'll fork the crap out of some 6-inch doubles. Live streamers are great.
Yes. And I think so. I got to kill that fork. Got to kill the fork. Now a spork, as you so
No, you
conveniently
can't.
mentioned.
There's still tines on a spork.
There are. They're just smaller.
I kind of am in agreement with you.
I gotta look up who invented the spork. Keep going.
What year was the spork invented?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 36.
All right.
Nah, I'm gonna say earlier than that. I'm gonna say 19. I'm gonna say it's World War One. So I'm gonna say it's gonna be around. Damn, I'm way off, isn't it? It's like 1700.
No, but a combined spoon, fork, and knife, closer resembling the modern spork, was invented by Samuel L. Francis
Samuel L. Jackson.
and,
You heard it here.
and issued a U.S. patent on February 3rd, 1874.
Fudge.
Fudge.
1874. That was a good year. Right. The more I think about it, the more I like the spoon.
Mm-hmm. Do you like it for eternity?
I kind of do.
Mm.
I think the long blade gets a little boring.
Okay. All right.
Then again, that might be marriage too.
Sometimes.
Marriage gets to be boring. Don't tell my wife.
Long and thin.
And would you use a spoon on everything? Is there anything you wouldn't use a spoon on? I think I could. I think it'd be way easier to grab and handle too.
Yeah. You know, if you think about what you normally do with a spoon, it's scoop, right?
Yeah.
But think about the action of the side scoop, right? I mean, that's basically
Yeah.
instrument assisted
Yeah.
stuff, right?
And I just think ergonomically it's pretty good.
What if the spoon was actually an ice cream scoop? Would you marry it instantly then?
Say it again.
What if the spoon was actually an ice cream scoop? Would you marry it instantly
No,
for your love of ice cream?
I would love it, but I wouldn't love it in terms of IASTM. So the knife, I feel like we got to be careful here. It's boring. It's going to be effective. You got to make sure you're stroking in the right direction.
You do.
If you stroke wrong, you're going to hurt somebody. So I'll F it.
Mm.
You got to make sure
Okay.
your strokes are slow, controlled, and accurate. And then we're killing the tines, we're killing the forks. I just don't even see how you would do it. What's the point? If you're going to do a side fork, then you might as well use the spoon.
Sure.
So, yeah. So I guess I didn't do the exact same as you, but
Close.
yeah. Are you reading up on the spork?
I'm diving into freaking sporks right now. There's been so many different sporks. There was the latest patent was 1998.
For a spork?
Yeah.
How do you have, if it's already been invented, how do you have another patent on it?
Well, what's interesting is
A
there's
small change?
yeah. So there was like
Say-
sporks that it was a spoon with the teeth at the end, but then there was also a knife at
Oh.
the handle. Then there was a spork
That's going to be hard gripping
it was
that thing.
yeah, right. It was a spoon, but then the tines were on an edge, not the tip. They were on the edge.
Just the tip.
So they just wanted to scrape some edges. They didn't want to get too deep in there.
Yeah, I said no woman ever.
Yeah, there's been multiple different sporks, but the first thing that resembled a spork, and it was not called a spork, was 18 something.
So last week, we got Bennett some food, and I don't remember what it was.
Yeah,
And it came with a 2-piece spoon.
2-piece spoon.
It was folded. It was a plastic spoon, very tiny, very, very, very tiny. But it was folded, and you had to unfold it and click it together.
Okay.
And I cannot remember what it was. It was strange. I was like, what is the point of this?
Was it as small as the wooden spoons they used to get in the little ice cream? Like
It was probably well, when you put it together, it was probably longer,
okay.
but maybe narrower.
Narrower? What restaurant? Like you picked up?
No,
food?
I don't remember. I don't remember. It was
Little kid Spoon.
Two-piece spoons.
2-piece.
Are you seeing anything?
No. I mean, there's...
It's like this white little plastic.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to think
I'm
about
seeing all
that.
these other ones.
Yeah.
But it was... You got it with the food?
Yep.
Okay.
I don't remember. Maybe we ate.
Was it
out.
like a...
No, it was something we got
yogurt?
delivered to. It might have been
mac and cheese?
It might have been a yogurt.
Yeah.
Something from like because we're getting hungry root right now.
Oh, hungry root. How's
Yeah.
that going?
Really love it.
Yeah, good.
Really like it.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on.
Okay.
Do you want to top 5 it?
Sure.
Let's top 5. Kevin, we asked 50 athletic trainers in the last calendar year, how many times have you used your Snellen eye chart?
Jesus.
The Snellen eye chart.
I feel like this should be an easy one. Oh, no. Maybe there's... How many years? Last year?
In the last year.
Question is, how many people use the eye chart during like a random or during physicals, and then how many athletic trainers do their pre-participation exams? I'm gonna go with how many times your average high school athletic trainer, college athletic trainer, on the average, the mean. A team, I'm going to go with 27. I'll write them down.
Okay.
27. And then I'm going to go 5, 3, 1. 27, 5, 3, 1, 0.
Okay. So we have a top 4.
I guarantee I got 0 correct.
I guarantee you did too. In 4th place, 2 people said they used it 3 times.
Okay. Yeah, got that one.
In 3rd place, 5 people said they used the Snellen eye chart 2 times.
Oh, 2.
In the last year.
They lied. They meant 1.
7 athletic trainers said they used their Snellen eye chart 1 time.
Okay.
And out of the 50, we had 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26. So over 50% of the athletic trainers said they had never used their Snellen eye chart in the last year.
Big goose egg.
Goosed.
I've definitely not used one in the last year. And I don't know if I ever used one in my professional athletic training career. Like, I remember using it, learning about it, and, testing people while I was a student.
Used it more for myself, just to know how I was doing.
Agreed. I remember having one in a clinic that I worked out of, and I would test myself because I've always had really good vision, and I was always very paranoid that it was starting to go away.
Hey, we taught Kevin something. He never knew it had a name. He just thought it was an eye chart. He didn't know it was the Snellen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how relevant is this Snellen eye chart to athletic training?
Well, Nisi doesn't have one in her athletic training room. Kyle said 0. Kevin said 0. And then Kyle said he hasn't used it in years. He still knows line 8 by memory.
I need that line 8, Kyle.
What is
right
it?
now? Let's go.
Elbow, apple, carpet, saddle, bubble. Every athletic trainer knows that.
No, they changed
We
those.
should actually get that on a T-shirt. A Candid Athletic.
Elbow, apple,
like
carpet.
5 elbow, apple, carpet, saddle. Like just icons.
That'd be pretty good.
Def Pot Tech.
DEFPOTEC. What is it? Elbow,
Apple,
elbow, apple,
carpet, saddle, bubble.
Saddle, bubble.
Are we gonna work on that?
That's a good one.
For what?
That's an athletic training T-shirt.
Yeah,
for sure. Maybe we'll come up with a design, and then he's not. Well,
Nate is.
He's not on the podcast right now.
When he listens to this, he's gonna be so mad he didn't think of this
He's
first.
gonna be so mad.
We want royalties.
Yeah. You can make it, though. We'll love it.
10% of all.
Just put a thumb on it, and then we'll take the royalties, but you can get the rest.
So yeah, I mean, in terms of like how often we do it, it's probably for physicals.
So and that's
not
also,
even. I guess that we didn't even use it for.
I'm sure a lot of research went into
from head to toe, but not the eyes.
Snell and chart, right? Like,
does it just mean we don't have very many eye injuries?
Head to toe, not the
just
eyes.
Not the eyes. Take my eyes, but not my shirt.
All right, so like the Snell and eye chart. Clearly, somebody put a lot of research into why line 8 is DEFPOTEC, because there's probably some.
Is line 8 2020?
Yeah. Like there's got to be some kind of like, clearly E and F and P all look the same. Like there's got to be something that makes people mess up, and it like reveals vision issues. But why are the letters not always random?
It should change.
Like, shouldn't it just change? Because shouldn't you just be able to read something that you read? Like, Kyle can always be 2020 because he can read it.
He can memorize it.
Just like somebody can pass the, memory recall stuff, elbow, apple, carpet, saddle, bubble. Like, shouldn't it just be random?
Yeah, when I went to the eye doctor and got these stylish glasses a couple weeks ago, there were some cool new tests.
New tests.
Yeah. And I think they could actually change the letters. I think it's all digital now.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I bet an eye doctor could sell me a pair of glasses, even though my entire life I've had like 2013 vision. That means there's
you're a superhero.
I am. Anyway.
That's like a 60.
KJ. Speaking of eye charts,
okay, let's go for it.
What does a nearsighted gynecologist and a puppy have in common? I don't know, Kev. What?
What does a nearsighted gynecologist and a puppy have in common? Wet noses. Jesus Christ. Wet noses.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Thank you.
That's not quite a dad joke, though.
No, it's good enough. I'm going to tell that one at work tomorrow, though.
Yeah, that's a work joke. That lets you know who you can talk to at work right there.
I've got a coworker that will love that one.
Oh, that's great. Nisi. KJ. Oh, goodness gracious.
Okay, let's discuss the fact bracket here.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm excited for this because I'm going to win. I don't think so either. Oh, you keep cutting in and out now. Stop moving that shite.
I didn't move anything. I'm back. Back. Fat bracket. So right now we're in the middle of round 2 as we record this. So if you're listening to this in audio, check out our Instagram. It's got a detailed outline of the schedule, and on social media, on Twitter, I'm trying to constantly update. Hey, we're in the middle of round 2. Voting goes. Every round will be every 3 days. So we're round 2 right now, from the 13th to the 15th. Round 3 will be from the 16th to the 18th, and so forth and so forth.
Get your votes in.
So even if you filled out a bracket, or maybe you didn't fill out a bracket, there's still an opportunity for you to have some fun with this. I think the cool thing is just take these matchups and just post them in your athletic training rooms and talk to your athletes and be like, hey, this isn't what I predicted, but of these 2 characters, who do you think would make a better athletic trainer and why?
Right.
So there's still opportunity to have fun with this. I know the very. So I closed round 1 last night, and I'm going to call out somebody on our live stream, and I'm going to apologize.
Is it Aaron?
Nope. Hi, Aaron.
Hi,
welcome. Aaron might have turned in the most brackets. I'm not quite sure. She's right. She's right there. So right before I closed the round 1, the very last person that had sent us an email saying, "Hey, here's my bracket," was Craig, who's on the live stream. And I opened it and I looked at it and I was like, "Oh,
perfect,
interesting." Closed it, computed who won, and moved the people on. And I was like, "Well, Craig's bracket is busted. I am so sorry." Because I think his champion was out in round 1.
Uh-oh.
Craig, if you're on, can you verify? I could take a look, but I felt bad. But then I was thinking Craig can still have fun with this because he can still influence what's happening.
You can. Absolutely.
Which is really the fun part about this is there's infinite number of combinations of matchups here.
There's also no rule to all of our live listeners right now. There is 0 rules that you can't share your bracket on your social media accounts or share the bracket itself to all of the millions of listeners or followers that you have.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry,
Craig. Red did. I think it was the biggest upset of round 1.
I agree.
There was 2, 5, 12. There was 3.
No, I have a different one.
There was 3 that I thought were like should have probably gone the other way, and the rest of them I was like, okay, I can see arguments.
Yeah.
But Red losing in the first round to Groot, that was a pretty big upset. I thought Moriarty losing to Apollo was a pretty significant loss.
Correct.
In fact, somebody tweeted that at us today. And what was the other 5-12?
To me, well, Heimdall losing to Grinch is a really big one for me.
I have some coworkers who like. I have a coworker that swears by the Grinch. It has Grinch winning the whole thing.
I know, but maybe you like the movie, but you don't think he's a good athletic trainer. Christ's sake!
I don't know. They made a compelling argument. He's got a puppy. He's resourceful. He's pretty good with his hands. Like he's quick with his hands.
He steals stuff.
He's got ingenuity.
Lessons.
Ingenuity. I mean,
he's a grumpy Gus all the time.
Well, what's Heimdall got?
Vision of everywhere, ever, in all realms. Like,
so
can see everything that's happening, no matter where you are in the entire universe.
So, those were
not only that, but he can transport anybody anywhere. He can just go, bye, Frost. Take him to the ER.
Bye, Frost.
For Christ's sake.
You got a pipeline right to the dock.
He's badass. He's blind.
Who did Adonis Creed beat?
Adonis
beat
Sydney from Scream.
That
was a 6'11". Adonis won. Groot was the 12-5.
Yeah.
Grinch over Heimdall was 11-6. Moriarty losing to Apollo Creed was a 10-7.
Oh.
And then that's really it.
Yeah.
There was really no other. Wait. Let me see
so
here.
the closest round 1 matchup.
Yeah, tell me.
And Kyle's gonna be disappointed. Ketchup won by 1 vote. Ketchup won by 1 vote. It was like 51% of the vote to Ketchup. So it almost lost, but it did advance. So I'm trying to.
Right side of the bracket was very predictable. It was chalk.
A little bit. I picked a couple upsets that didn't really.
I mean, Pop-Tarts over sausage patties. That's technically an upset. That was the only one, though.
Yeah,
that was the only one that was not higher ranking. Oh, Charlie over Katie. That's what it was. Charlie.
It was a 5-12.
Charlie from Mighty Ducks over Katie.
Katie. Yeah.
By the way, have you watched the new Mean Girls?
I have not. Have you?
Yes.
Was it good?
No.
It was bad?
Yeah.
It's out on streaming now.
Yeah, it's a musical, by the way. Because I think they made a musical of Mean Girls, and then they just, put it on film, is what happened. It had its moments. There were some funny things that happened, but I thought it was going to be a new story, but it's just literally the exact same movie, different actors.
So they just
same lines.
It. Oh, really?
I mean, everything.
Oh, that's
there were literally word for word lines that happened again, and I'm like, what is going on? Why am I even watching this? One of the most disappointing. I didn't hear it, but one of the greatest lines from the original Mean Girls is the burn book gets thrown around the school.
Yeah.
And there's a random girl in the background that goes, "Oh my God, that was one time."
Yeah.
And that's one of the, I can't tell you how many times that's been quoted in my life. And that was not in the movie.
Interesting.
It was just ridiculous. Anyway, that's my Mean Girls rant of the day. Because nostalgia, Kevin. I know, but I don't need nostalgia. I can watch the original. It was only like 5 years ago.
Erin
10,
said she
20.
thought Stringer Bell would be a strong candidate, but the athletes are too young and don't know because generational divide. I agree. Kyle said, did Mary advance? She's an orthopedic surgeon. No, she did lose to Gamora.
Mary?
Something about
Oh,
Mary
something
did lose.
about Mary?
Something about Mary lost to Gamora. Right, that was Gamora, not the Ellie matchup. I believe so.
You're right.
So let's talk a little bit about the second round matchups we like here. Jack Ryan, Caesar. That should be a slam dunk in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, I think Caesar would be a very good athletic trainer, but he's going up against a true number 1 seed. Like
I'm
not
very
a
scared.
Questionable number 1 seed.
I'm
He's
very
going up
scared that
true
I'm very scared that not enough people have seen Jack Ryan and understand exactly how good he will be. He's going to be the first number 1 seed out, I think. Maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm very nervous about because you and I have Jack Ryan going very far.
We do.
All right. Groot Thor is a very interesting second round matchup. I could see that going either way.
I agreed.
Adonis Creed Alfred. I've got a pick. I don't know. Loki versus Richie. I think we're going to see, does the Marvel Universe still rule the fat bracket? It's been pretty heavily Marvel characters in the past, but Richie from the Bear, it will be very interesting to see if he can pull off a matchup against Loki.
Yeah.
Dr. Watson versus Barbie.
This is a slam dunk.
I don't know if it is.
This will tell us, are people voting with popularity or are they voting on who they think would be a better athletic trainer?
And when that's not always the case.
It's not always the case.
Charlie Conway versus Rafiki. So I'm going to say this. There are 2 characters that as I was like talking to people at work and then seeing brackets come in, there were 2 characters that I think I'm vastly underrated. One of them being Rafiki and the other one being Bruce Almighty.
Right.
I think a lot of people have them going deep, deep, deep in there.
I got Rafiki going places.
Okay.
He wields a stick and always asks the right question. He doesn't give the answer. He just asks the right question.
Yeah.
And
it's on my things to watch.
Says, look hard.
So I think Rafiki will probably pull that one off.
Never seen Lion King.
It's on my. People were making fun of me at work today, and as I work through the Defenders, maybe I'll sneak in some Lion King. Let's see. Rafiki, what's Rafiki's seed?
4.
And Charlie Conway is 13?
12.
12? Okay. So it should be Rafiki.
Yeah.
Grinch Marshall. I can't imagine. I don't know. Maybe people like the Grinch.
I think Grinch is getting through that one.
Do you? I think Marshall. I hope Marshall makes it through, but I'm not sure.
He's
Apollo versus Batman.
How mad are you that Moriarty didn't make it?
Very.
Yeah.
In fact, well, I had Moriarty losing to Batman.
So did I.
But I could have seen an argument where Moriarty makes it into the Final Four. You could have told me he was a Final Fourist, and I would have been like, sure, yeah, he's a freaking genius.
Totally agree.
And he's a good planner.
He can practically see the future.
But apparently Paulo Creed is better. I don't get it. That's a bad one. It's not as bad as Dembe, but it's bad.
Apollo does a really good job of motivation.
Yeah.
He still has it, you know. He can still walk the walk, even though he talks the talk. So I think as an athletic trainer, there's these moments where you can compete with your athlete on the sand in a sprint.
Yeah.
But truth be told, that runs out quick.
You better not win.
Yeah, you better not win, because all of a sudden, maybe that kid loses a scholarship or something. But yeah.
So I think the two of the best second round matchups are like in this top right bracket.
Gamora would be great at IASTM.
So
lethal with that butter knife. Yeah.
Joel versus Bruce Almighty, I think, is a heavyweight matchup. I've seen so many Bruce Almighties going very far. I think Joel is, to me, Joel is kind of like a MacGyver light. He's a survivalist. He's like a very resourceful guy. But Bruce Almighty, people keep telling me he's got all these powers. Like,
I think I guessed this. Because I didn't know The Last of Us, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna win this battle of who's gonna win between Joel and Bruce, and by popularity vote, I think Bruce.
You have Bruce?
Yeah,
that's what I'm afraid of too.
I went for it.
Joel would be, well, I guess I can't say that for sure. I have Joel. But Bruce apparently, a lot of people have Bruce going. Ellie versus Gamora should be very interesting. I think Gamora will win that.
Agreed. She's deadly with a butter knife.
Yeah. Jeffrey versus Captain America might have been my hardest second round matchup, other than Moriarty Batman. But Moriarty and me. So Jeffrey versus Captain America, I think.
Do you have both of them advancing to the second round? Jeffrey and Cap?
Yeah.
Okay, so can you let the people know who you had winning in that matchup?
Why, did you cross yours out?
No. I'm perfect. The right side of my bracket is perfect right now.
You can see I started and I scratched it out and I changed my mind.
Oh, that's going to make or break both of us. I went with Jeffrey. Uh-oh. Dude, where's your mic?
Yeah, I'm back.
And we're back a little bit. I wonder what that is. What that's about.
It's the wire. I think it's the connection.
It is definitely the connection because it's not like
it's
being weird on the bottom there. Uh-oh. Do it again. Stick it in there again. See what happens. That's what she wants. Yeah, blow on it. You're missing some stuff.
How about that?
I'm
back.
Broadcast.
Yeah. Treat it like a Nintendo cartridge. I've got Cap winning.
Okay, cool. Then we got Carmen
from the Bear
and Andy. Uh-oh.
So a lot of these really popular, like, so The Last of Us did well, The Bear did well, Marvel continues to do well. So you can tell that the popular TV shows are the ones with the popular characters. So it's very evident that we're on the right path by staying with the whatever the local hotness in TV and movies are. The local hotness. So it'll be interesting to see, do any of the Bear people move forward versus both the Creeds made it. So yeah, very interesting. We got a new microphone coming for me. Nothing but technical difficulties on this show. The cord. You gonna plug me into 3? Check. Look at that. We're back. It's gonna make for good audio podcast. So really fun. And then the Wild Wild West division.
What is it about you and microphones?
I don't know.
I think you had to get an actual new microphone. You also have gone through 2 cords, I think.
I don't know. Maybe it's because I move around more. I don't know.
Maybe your voice is just so powerful.
Can't hold this.
It just can't
hold it down.
Can't contain you. Everybody on the live stream got a really, really nice view of the back of my arm.
Andy Dufresne versus Carmen.
Oh, come on. Let's go, Andy.
Yeah. Kevin and I have very, very similar.
We do.
Tastes in this. That's why we do a podcast together. And then in the Anything Goes, Bacon versus Pop-Tarts. I don't think that'll be close. I think
Probably not.
I think Bacon is the safest number 1 seed here.
Easily
Yeah.
the safest.
The battle of the fries. We got the curly versus the waffles. It'll be interesting to see how that turns out. Shower versus ketchup. I don't necessarily care for either of them. And then Velcro versus omelet. I think omelet's pretty safe there.
I don't think so. I think
you think
I think
Velcro's
Velcro's versatility is going to take it.
Versatility? It does one thing. It sticks to itself.
Yeah, anywhere.
Yeah, but
And over and over and over and over again.
does Velcro make your life that much better?
Yes.
So does an omelet.
It does. It's not. I'm not gonna lie. They're a really good omelet. Ooh, that'll start your morning the right way. But a really good omelet with bacon. Right? We got in this debate last week.
I know you guys switched. You guys
make the omelet, or is the omelet made by the bacon? And I don't know.
You guys convinced me last week.
Velcro for the win. Velcro's making it a little bit further, but I don't know how far. I don't know how far Velcro's gonna make it.
So okay, should we give away our
What do you got?
our final fours and our should we because we've never done this. You want to keep it?
Why not?
All right.
Okay.
So your final four is what?
Jack Ryan,
Same.
Watson.
I got Batman beating Watson.
Okay. Andy
Yes.
and Bacon.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we have 3 of the 4, and in your championship,
Jack Ryan and Andy,
yes, same.
and then Jack Ryan.
Correct.
Yeah.
So you and I see this the exact same way.
Correct.
Now Watson versus Batman was a very tough decision for me.
I had
trouble with
because
that.
I had Heimdall beating Batman.
That's not going to help you out.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I actually have Marshall over Heimdall. So Marshall over hopefully the Grinch, and I'm sitting pretty good down there.
As much as Batman is probably my favorite superhero, there's just a few too many demons in that one.
What do you mean? The guy works all hours of the day. No. He's super athletic. He's super resourceful.
Probably gonna beat up one of his athletes.
That's fine. That's what rehab is. Let's beat him up a little bit, make him better.
Not gonna kill him. He's got
discipline.
One rule. He's got one rule.
He's got discipline.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's a detective. He can solve. He's a crime. He stops crimes.
Yeah, but he's a little bit like he's a little bit of an athletic trainer that needs to be seen by the public. He is the
Isn't that why Watson did a blog?
Authority. He is the authority. Watson did a blog because he was trying to let people know that everything's okay and somebody will solve the issues. Heimdall, he's in the background.
He's in the
he's just taking care of people, but yet he loses in the frickin' first round.
I had him winning.
Yeah. I had him in my Elite 8.
That's tough. Yeah. So in your Elite 8, how many do you have left?
Elite 8, 7.
Okay, I got all 8.
Okay. Red hurts and Heimdall hurts.
Yeah. Oh, this could work. This could still work.
Oh yeah. What else about it? Anything?
I mean,
elbow, epicarpal, carpet.
Yeah, no, I think it's really fun to just talk. Like again, there's so many different variations of characters and combinations to discuss, and hopefully you're putting them up in your athletic training rooms and debating and talking about it and just having fun with it. Like we had people tweeting us today, like, well, let me see. What was the tweet here? Let me see if I can find it here. Boy, oh boy.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. And it's an X.
Yeah, the X.
Have they, has it officially, do you X something?
Yeah, no. Stellar start to my bracket, just missed 5 total selections out of 32. And then
3,
4. I only missed 3. Zach Dunbar only missed 3, but one was his final 4. Ranier had no business losing to Barbie. Somebody tweeted at us something about Moriarty losing was a travesty. Oh,
Yeah.
Apollo Creed over Moriarty. Are you kidding me? All of my other incorrect selections are valid, but this one got me good.
Yeah. Did anybody X out, tweet out that they had a perfect bracket so far?
I don't think so.
I have not looked yet. I have not, we closed it yet last night, and no chance I could have gone through all the brackets to make sure that I'm very interested to see who still has a perfect bracket. Most of the time, this is what I'm going to tell you. When I'm going through all of these brackets, what happens is the winners end up having at least one perfect quadrant. They maybe miss one or two on the first round.
Yeah.
Usually. If you miss more than two on the first round, it gets tough.
Interesting.
Now,
I think we missed more than that.
Absolutely. I missed 4. But plain and simple, if you missed more than 2, as long as you didn't have that person going far, then you usually are okay. By far, and it's not always true. If you do not have the final 4, it's tough. But I would say there have been people that have been in contention that have had. Most of the time, you got to have 3 out of the 4.
I only got 20 out of 32. I missed 12.
You missed 12?
Yeah.
Man,
But everyone that I missed, well, I shouldn't say everyone. 10 of the 12 that I missed, I had losing in the second round.
That's tough. Because
You only missed how many?
4. This is probably the best beginning of a bracket I've ever had.
Jesus, Kev.
By far the best beginning I've ever had. I don't even know if I've ever even had a perfect quadrant, and I have 2. So
good for you.
I'm going to win this thing, guys, and I'm going to give myself a thumbs up.
All right. Let's do a feature topic. Which one you want to do? We talked about 2 before.
Oh.
We never decided which feature topic we want to do.
Kelsey?
Sure. So, last week, Wednesday, was a big day for athletic trainers in terms of recognition. There was a post on social media, and I don't know if that had been from the day before, but like the athletic training world blew up over it.
Right.
Jason Kelsey retired, and there was the cool story about the athletic trainer who had taped him for 13 or 14 years, whatever it was, who taped his ankles for his retirement press conference, which is silly, but the tribute was nice. And I think it was the recognition of, hey, this guy's been with me my whole career.
He's also going to be standing up there for a good half an hour. I mean, what if his legs get a little wobbly? He's going to need some stability.
Yeah. So it was just a nice tip of the cap, some nice recognition for the profession and what we do. I thought it was a nice gesture, but then I thought about it more. I said, is that enough?
Yeah.
And that's the question I want to pose. I was really ashamed that I was cutting onions when I read that story.
I know.
Is it enough?
The timing.
Is it enough for the athletic training profession to have these small moments, and then you turn around and people still don't know what we do, or they don't get it? So what kind of recognition do we need to grow this and for people to understand? Or maybe we don't need more recognition. I don't know. Like you just said, we want to be on the sidelines in the background. Do we want to be in the forefront? I think we kind of do, but at the same point, I'm not sure. That's the conversation we can have. So I think what I had posted was what kind of recognition, or I think the question I had posed was, what would it take? What kind of recognition will it take for us to really get to where we want to go?
We almost need offensive lineman recognition, right?
Yeah.
When we do a bad job, we're going to have to own up to the fact that we've done a bad job, but people know we exist. people know that ultimately, very, very important part of what happens, but we get none of the glory, right? When we do everything right and we do excel at our job, it just means that everybody else is better,
Is
right?
it like a referee or an umpire? Like you only notice them when they do something bad?
Yeah. I mean, I think very closely. I mean, I 100%, I think offensive linemen, I think there's a good correlation there, and I think it's very appropriate that an offensive lineman was thanking his athletic trainer as well during his retirement speech. I think what probably was amazing and a very good moment between two individuals was the him taping his ankles, right? And then he gets this little recognition, and I bet that individual athletic trainer said, I didn't need him to recognize me in the speech. What I needed was to be able to tape his ankles one more time, right? I think that's the essence of athletic training. I think we would like more recognition even from just our athletes of how important on the daily that we are from them. And I think that would go a long way if our athletes showed us more recognition. The unfortunate thing is, I do think if we got more recognition publicly, we would be more money in our pockets, more stability in our jobs. Well, unless you're bad at your job, then you'd have less stability in your job. I do think there might be more athletic trainers out there. I think it might solve a lot of issues that are at the core of all these questions we always have. I also think it takes away something of athletic training that it's selfless people that don't need recognition, that just get to work and they do the job. The moment it comes with a lot of recognition, there's no chance it doesn't get spoiled a little bit. At the same time, we all need to get paid more. We all need to get recognized more. We all need more, like there needs to be more athletic trainers out there. So it's delicate. It's a tough, that recognition piece of what we do. Humility and being humble is a strong character trait of a lot of people, and I think it lives strong in athletic trainers. But goddamn, you know, more Kelseys out there that talk about their athletic trainer and how important it was for him to recognize that individual. I mean, helps the profession and creates a very strong bond between the two individuals.
Yeah.
It's tough.
I think I had put something out.
Yeah.
I want to see what the responses were.
You put out there, you just wish you weren't
I put
watching.
out. Oh, there's a pretty cool video of Bennett working on his fat bracket. You gotta see it.
Head over to @candid_ATC and you can enjoy all of.
Oh, and then also Dick
Candid
Vitale. Dick Vitale tweeted out, I wanted to wish the athletic trainers all over the nation the best of luck in the future and a big thank you to the amazing job you do daily. This is Athletic Trainers Month. So please take a moment to say thank you to the athletic trainers.
That's nice. I think a few people know who Dick Vitale is, and I think a few people might pay attention more to that tweet due to it being March.
Yeah.
I mean, there are two synonymous things in March, and that's Athletic Training Month and Dick Vitale. Baby. Does he even call games anymore?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
So I think, like, for me, to get the notoriety we need some sort of documentary series behind the scenes.
What would
which would be like a HIPAA violation, like Gone Wild, but like
maybe
like if they can have one,
they show the athletic trainers in all these other
something like that.
What's the Netflix series called? What is it called? What's the athletic training?
Well, I want to do one, or
it's called. Is it called
Candid Athletic Training? No, it should.
How much would they have to pay us to take on that?
It'd be called Tales from the Kit.
Tales from the Kit. Okay. That's a good one.
Also, maybe like a tell-all book where each chapter is like funny coach story. Like chapter 1, your athlete, idiot athlete said this, and it's all anonymous, like write-ins. So like people all around the country are contributing to this book, and it's just like a tell-all. Chapter 1, funny things your athlete said. Chapter 2, uh, the silliest mechanisms of injury. Chapter 3, uh, your coach pissed you off how. Chapter 4, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then it's just a bunch of like bullet points, like anonymous. Mike, I had a coach that said this to me once, and then that way nobody breaks any violations. But these are the real things that are happening in the profession.
I once had a coach in the Big Ten in a northern state that lives just directly north of Illinois. That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Tales from the Kit.
What about like when they have the ESPYs and all the awards ceremonies? When they announce the NFL MVP, why don't they give away I know baseball had its award, the professional baseball athletic trainers. There was an organization that would win the best athletic training.
Yeah.
Why doesn't that come out at the same time as like the Cy Young?
Could. What's interesting is
What is interesting?
the reverse of that. I came across like an Instagram post of the survey that they send out to all the NFL players,
Mm-hmm.
and then like the grades,
Yep.
like, and part of it was like medical, like where does your medical staff, like, what's your grade
Mm-hmm.
that you apply to your medical staff? I mean, the only thing I saw were
The Chiefs.
Well, the Chiefs were like awful. Like overall, they were like the 31st best team. Not necessarily calling out the medical staff, but I'm saying
Yeah, it was like the owner.
According to this anonymous survey, like they rank 31st in overall satisfaction from the players,
and like how the family is treated.
Yeah, family, the medical staff, the owner, all these things.
That's the second year in a row.
Well, sure, but why did they not post the medical staff that got the A+ grade? Like, that would be cool.
Last year when I saw this,
nobody needs the owner that has the A+ grade, but people need to know the medical staff that is the A+ grade.
If
the team that treats the families the best, because it is a very underestimated aspect of being a player that your family gets treated really well, meaning they're protected,
mm-hmm.
they have safety, and all of these things that go a really long way. You want to get angry at a player for, leaving an organization? Like, maybe it has everything to do with the fact that his family fears for their goddamn life while they're walking from their car to the stadium to watch their husband play, and they're in Philadelphia and they get a battery thrown at them.
Yeah.
Like, why do you want to deal with that?
Yeah.
I mean, I have a close personal friend that his wife was getting death threats because he blew a save for a team. She was getting death threats, and like talking about like his kids. Like, why would he ever want to play for that organization again?
Yeah,
you don't need that. Like, so now back to medical staff. Why not? Like you said, put it out there. This is the medical staff that all athletes would want to be treated by.
I think last year when I saw the same survey, a couple days later, they did post all the medical grades for all the. I did see it in a separate Instagram. So maybe that information's still being tabulated or whatever, or getting put together. So,
ESPN talk about it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I mean, like CBS talk about it, right?
I think it's getting better. I think that's interesting. In the last 2 or 3 years, we've had glimpses of it when we've had the Buffalo Bills situation, and a couple other things have come up where it's getting better. The medical staffs are getting mentioned and how important they are. It just needs to continue. I guess we're still in the infancy of this thing, so hopefully it can get better.
One day we won't be able to complain about it, and that's going to be a great day, and like we're all going to have to find something else that we can talk about. Maybe like why the hell Red didn't beat Groot in the fat bracket. It's ridiculous.
I know.
Oy. Any other random recognition from the community of outside of athletic training that we need to talk about?
No. So sorry,
No,
we
we got
got
distracted.
a text from one of our live streamers, and it was just
Sure.
too long. So I'm going to read this.
Okay.
They didn't want to type it in the YouTube chat.
Oh,
Said, I had a nice chat with a few of my athletes the other day where they want to go into sports psychology, physician assistant, and another wants to do nursing. And I was talking to them about how it's common that some healthcare providers still aren't aware what an AT is or does, how they can help with the patient recovery process. And these athletes, without being prompted, started talking about how their generation has grown up knowing about what ATs are and can do, and will implement that in their own practice in whatever field they end up choosing, which I think is a good reminder of, again, we are
huge.
still in our infancy, and hopefully going forward it only gets easier.
And then it's getting better. And then also I would say that is, I think, step number one is not all of the people listening to Jason Kelsey give his retirement speech. It's nurses, it's doctors, it's other healthcare professionals need to know what athletic trainers are. If there needs to be any recognition, it is from within the healthcare industry. And I think kudos to you, athletic trainer, that have athletes that want to go into health field that are going to say, no, I think what's going to happen is when I'm in the workforce, I'm going to talk about athletic trainers and how valuable they can be as an asset to everybody, not just athletes.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I got one more point,
You guys rock.
and then we can wrap it up. I'm just a little disappointed that he got his ankles taped and they didn't spat him in his
In his suit.
spat his
Awesome.
right over the dress
Right
clothes.
That would have been perfect.
That will make a real
That's
lasting
fair.
impression.
That would have been awesome.
Jason Kelsey could have pulled it off.
Of course
He's
he
like
could've.
the only guy.
He is one of those guys.
Yeah, spatted.
Heck yeah.
That would have been so much better.
Oh, yeah.
How many times have you spat in your life?
Oh, maybe 5. Maybe.
Ooh, that's more than me, I think.
Yeah. We had one guy that we tried spatting him for a little bit, and I think I did it maybe 5 times, and somebody else did another 5, and somebody else did another 5. I mean, and that's about it. I had one football rotation that I tried it, but never really. No. Spats.
Maybe we should FMK cleats to spat. 3 different sports.
Is there other sports?
No, I mean soccer, baseball, football.
Are there? I'm asking you as a former soccer athletic trainer. Are many soccer players getting spatted?
No.
Yeah, very common in football. And I was a baseball player that we were spatting. And the reason that we were spatting him is because we only were spatting him for, well, because he had too much in his shoe. He was wearing like an orthotic in his shoe.
Too much sauce.
We got the police outside. What's going on?
The president's still here.
The president is
in town, so it's been like
so there's like police everywhere.
Everywhere, helicopters everywhere. It's like yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna wrap things up.
Yeah.
Once you start talking politics, it's time to wrap things up.
We've never done that in 255. We won't start anytime soon.
No, we will not. So, CandidAthleticTraining.com. Go get yourself a membership to get all of the benefits of all of those wonderful sponsors that we have that want to take care of you, just like we want to make sure that you are an athletic trainer that gets recognized and gets a lot of benefits for being a member of the Candid Athletic Training Podcast. Thank you, Healthy Roster. Thank you, Smart Tools. Thank you, Athletic Trainer Insurance Plus. Thank you, Performance Running Outfitters. And thank you, I'm missing one.
Dry needling. And Chinook.
Congratulations, Ed, on getting the next case of seeds. And I don't know, I guess, Fat Bracket, go to the website, check out the updated Fat Bracket, go vote, go onto our Candid_ATC for all of our social media. You will find the survey monkey in order to vote. Share that with everybody. The more votes, the better. The more votes, the more people are talking about athletic training. We just talked about recognition. Get people to talk why Bruce Almighty might be better than Joel from The Last of Us as a athletic trainer.
Don't do that. I'm just kidding.
We are calling it a night, and bye.